So as a federation, we're saying here today, cut corruption, not clinics. Tax the rich, not the poor. Capacitate the state, do not hollow it out. And yes, indeed, President, we know that some of our cadres that we deployed in government have betrayed us. State capture and corruption was not imported outside. It was home ground made. We also want to salute Parliament for rejecting the regressive VAT hike. But sifuna ukuthi sijonge ngemehlo lokhozi ngoba singathi kanti sifakwe iwule emehlweni xa sithi siyanikezela sibona izinto zijika. The budget, comrades, must be progressive and not punishing. The budget must be able to stimulate the economic growth. It must create jobs and it must tax the wealth. We are saying fix municipalities, pay workers kamaspala, fire corrupt municipal managers, end the rot and do it now. As this federation president turns 40 years old this year, it is 40 years of struggle. It is 40 years of sacrifice. It is 40 years of survival.
And say, down with VAT, down. Down with VAT, down. Forward with the NHI, forward. Forward with the implementation of Bella Act, forward. Down with the GNU, down. Down with the GNU, down. Down with the reactionary forces that want to divert our revolution, down. Thank you, comrades. Firstly, we want to commend and greet all of you workers, particularly for the recent struggles that you have shown in practice. We joined marches led by COSATU, in some instances jointly with SAFTU, to fight against the VAT. We fought against the reactionary forces led by the DA, trying to sabotage the national health insurance, which is a universal health care for all, in which all people who are sick will not have to pay at the point of service. They will not be asked whether they have money or not before they are looked after by doctors and medical services. The reactionary forces that want to say they support our movement are fighting against this. They are also fighting against the introduction of the Basic Education Law Amendment Act, which becomes universal access to education at the nearest point of service, because they want exclusivity of whiteism in this country. But hidden behind that is exclusivity of capitalists, because they can afford. So therefore, these forces must be condemned. That's why we supported the nationwide march recently led by SATU, one of your affiliates, Comrade President, nationwide against austerity measures. Austerity measures are budget cuts that are a symbol of neoliberal capitalism. In other words, modern day capitalism is neoliberalism. Neoliberalism means capitalism that do not want the role of the state in the affairs of society. They want the state to be just the lawmakers. Whereas in our case, we have a government mandated by the people to resolve their problems. That is why we are supporting a public-led economy, public-led industrialization, not neoliberal economy, because that allows capitalism to enrich itself at the expense of the majority. And therefore, we are calling on government to take a turning point against neoliberalism and against capitalism. In other words, we are calling for the people's government to assert its independence and serve the working class wholeheartedly, without any shame, without pleasing all the imperialists across the world, including the capitalists here at home.
Well, as the ANC, we are truly overjoyed to have come out to support COSATU on the Workers' Day rally. Leaders of the ANC have spread themselves throughout the country to be in attendance at May Day rallies. And this speaks to the great importance that we put on COSATU as the lead federation of workers in our country that has sought to unite workers over many years. And this year we celebrate 40 years of COSATU's existence, and there's nothing that could please the ANC more than to continue seeing COSATU united, becoming stronger, and also being successful at holding important celebrations like the May Day rally. This has been a most successful May Day celebration, joined by the South African Communist Party, SANCO, the ANC. We've come here to support COSATU and make it stronger. So this is a clear support for workers and workers' struggles from the African National Congress. We stand behind workers, and as an ANC, we have a working class bias. In everything we do, we seek to advance the interests of working people, of the working class. So for us, it's a real joy to work with COSATU and other members of the Alliance in strengthening the rights of workers, advancing their livelihoods, and to address the challenges of unemployment, poverty, and inequality, working together in an alliance hand in hand. And of course, today, we also pay our condolences to the 3 other workers, police constables who died a few days ago, who died really tragically. We extend our condolences to their families and say to their families, we as a nation and also as a police service will continue to give our full support. And I do hope that the South African Police Service do succeed in actually finding out exactly what happened. I have full confidence in the South African police in doing their work and doing it properly and to finality. So this has been a great day, and congratulations to you, President, for having such a very successful May Day rally. Thank you.